Alright, this is IMAX Nation 1980 here with my Disney video collection. Now I'll be showing off my masterpiece collection titles. This line started October 28th, 1994 and ended May 25th, 1999. It replaced the classic series. The debut title was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the home video debut of Walt Disney's first full-length animated feature film. And remember, this was October 28th, 1994. And the version of the tape here I have is the third version, where it has the Roy Disney introduction, along with the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection logo. Earlier copies had the print date here is the Walt Disney Home Video logo, and the print date here is September 10th, 1994, and Snow White is a masterpiece. It changed cinema forever. Animated features. I mean, it wasn't the first animated film made, but it was the first color animated film done with cells, the traditional style. I think the first animated film ever made was The Apostle, which was a 1917 black and white film from Argentina. Now, on that same day, they reissued the remaining classics title, including Dumbo. As you can see, the cover is the same as the 1989 classics cover. And just with a few minor alterations. The early Masterpiece editions had the Masterpiece Edition logo at the top there. And Dumbo, like I said in many other videos, is one of Walt Disney's first 5 animated classics, and that's why I consider it one of the best Disney films ever made. That's the tape. And the print date on here is January 17th, 1996, so it is a much later printing. Alright, here's The Sword and the Stone. Also released October 28th, 1994. Sword and the Stone might be regarded as one of the weakest Disney films, but it's still very entertaining, and it's got great characters and some nice animation. And the songs are good, too. There you can see the title much better. And the print date on this is January 6, 1995. And I like The Sword and the Stone. I think it's a good movie. Alright, here's Robin Hood, also released October 28th, 1994. And Robin Hood might be considered one of the all-time worst Disney films, but it's still pretty darn entertaining. I like it. I mean, I don't consider it a groundbreaking masterpiece like Snow White or Pinocchio, but still a great movie nonetheless. Very fun to watch. Some promo stuff in there. That's the tape. And the print date is April 6, 1995. It's in very good condition. Here's Bedknobs and Broomsticks, released October 28, 1994. And I know Bedknobs and Broomsticks gets mixed reviews, and some might consider it a pretty weak film, but I personally thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed watching it. Here you can see that logo much better for Bedknobs and Broomsticks. And the print date is September 30th, 1994. For some reason it's in a much older style clamshell. Must have been a mix-up. Alright, there's a big one, The Lion King. This VHS was released March 3rd, 1995. And at the time, The Lion King was the highest grossing animated film ever made, so it seemed it broke records when released on VHS, selling about 30 million copies. And that's huge. I mean, I think to this day it remains the best-selling home video title ever. And it's a great film. I mean, The Lion King is one of my personal favorite Disney animated classics. And I loved it as a kid, and I'll always love it. The songs, the animation, the music, the whole story development and the characters. Great stuff. Yep, that's the label. And the print date on here is January 6th, 1995. I have another copy of this without the case, but I'll make a video of this on YouTube with all the Disney videos that I have in my collection that don't have a case or any form of packaging. Okay, this was Cinderella Masterpiece Edition, released October 4th, 1995. And this is not in the best of condition, as you can see. It's because... yeah. But I want to find a good condition copy sometime soon. That's the label. And the print date on here is July 2nd, 1995. Cinderella is a very good Disney film in terms of story and character. I mean, it might not have the ambition of, you know, Pinocchio or Snow White or Fantasia, but it's still a very good film on its own. Here's Pocahontas. I have to see Pocahontas again. I heard it's one of the absolute worst of the Disney films, but I'll have to watch it again. I remember not liking it too much the last time I watched it. This VHS tape was released February 28th, 1996, and I hear that early copies of this tape have the Walt Disney Classics logo at the beginning. I'm going to have to seek one of those out, add it to my collection. You can see the label much better there. And the print date on here is January 8th, 1996. And here's The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. First time released on video since the 1981 video release. This was released March 27th, 1996. I used to watch this tape a lot. Actually, my grandma gave this to me a long time ago. It's been in my collection for years. And I had the individual short films on video, but I also watched this too, and it has a making of special at the beginning, which is pretty unusual for a Disney video at the time. The runtime is 83 minutes. That includes the bonus footage, but usually they'd list how long the movie is on the tape and not add the bonus, you know, thing. This is a vertical label. And the print date on here is February 10th, 1996. And yes, it's a childhood classic, and it still is pretty good, because the animation is good, and, you know, the original Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree and The Blustery Day, since those were done by Walt Disney himself, I think those were great. Okay, here's the Aristocats. This VHS was released April 24th, 1996. And I've heard it before. I know many people will say the Aristocats is the absolute worst of the Disney films. Or one of the absolute worst. Because they say it has a horrible narrative. And the story's not good. It's still entertaining. I mean, the music is great in the movie. The print date on here is March 22nd, 1996. We have time to show just my other copy of it, which is in terrible condition, as you can see. This is in terrible condition. And the print date on here is March 5th, 1996. And the Aristocats, I personally think it's a fun movie. I mean, I know it might not technically be a groundbreaking masterpiece or some tour de force, but I still think it's a very entertaining film, and I think it has a small fan following. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to continue with part 2. I have to stop the video right here.